Okay, we're gonna stand up and we are gonna hold our weights. And you are gonna keep them long beside you because we're just gonna warm up the spine, just get moving. So I'm gonna have you guys stand in a comfortable position, maybe a little wider than your sitting bones, just so you feel stable. Okay, and then I'm going to just have you stand up nice and tall. So go to the place for yourself where you feel like the crown of your head is right over your tailbone. Okay, so you're not leaning forward, not leaning back. Roll up the shoulders, pull them back, drop them down, and set those shoulders and keep them down. Okay, so the weights will help a little. You're going to take an inhale, let your head fall, and really let that head be heavy. So I want you to feel a stretch up the back of the neck. And then we're going to lift the chin and let the head fall back. And then inhale forward. And you're trying to just stay as stable in your body as you can. The only thing that's moving is your head and your mouth. And one more time. And we're going to go to the side. So ear to one shoulder. I always want to hike up that shoulder, so pull it down, let it drop. And inhale up to center, go the other way. And just kind of flow with it, so nothing too crazy. Just warming up, trying to stretch out any kinks, and then come back up to center. So we're going to bring our shoulders up to our ears, okay? So you're doing what I always call a scapula slide. So if you can see, my shoulders are going to slide right in line with the side of my rib. You kind of feel the weights draw the shoulders down. Keep your belly tight. Inhale up. This is that thing I tell you guys never do, right? Don't pull up your shoulders. But I want you to feel that big slide up and down. We're doing a lot of shoulder and arm stuff today. And last one, we're going to roll our shoulders, big circles, big circles. Just feel the movement. Don't make it too big. Don't work too hard. Flow and breathe how you want to breathe. And then we'll reverse. Keep stable in your feet. Keep moving while I mute somebody. I'm going to mute you guys just in case. Sorry. How do I do it? Here we go. Sorry, ladies. There. All right. Okay, just in case, right? There. Okay. All right. Sorry. So we are going to go into some arm work. So standing nice and stable on your feet, open up a little wider. We're going to bring our palms are going to rotate back behind us. Keep those arms reaching through those fingers like you're reaching to the floor. Now bring them up in line with the shoulders. Press, press, press back. Push them back. Inhale up. Exhale, press, press, press. Like you have resistance, okay? So I want you to feel like you're pushing back through water, okay? Exhale, press. Inhale up. So again, just warming up the shoulders. And if this gets too much with the weights, you just drop them. You can do everything without the weights. 2 more. Really get that big, pulling those shoulders together in the back. Okay, don't let the ribs pop open. Here's the last one. Bring those arms forward, rotate the palms inward, okay? So I want you to do that flex of the wrists, right? Pull the fingers toward the inside of the arm. Now open those arms, open the chest. Feel that big stretch across the front of the chest. Big flex in those wrists, big open. So as you're moving with the arms, keep those arms as wide as you can, okay? So you want to feel like those fingers are reaching opposite of each other. And you want to go back as far as you feel like you can maintain your rib cage, pulling back, pulling together. You don't want that rib cage popping open. 2. Should feel kind of good. And 1, but the weights will add more work to it. Hold the hands right out in front. Rotate your palms down. I want you to make circles with the wrists. You're trying not to move the arms, which is really hard. Trying to keep those hands right in line with your shoulders, straight out from the shoulders. 3, 2, and 1, and reverse for 8. You feel work already? Yes. Okay, good, because I do. Yes. 3, 2, 1, and let those arms relax. Shake out the shoulders. We got more to go. Okay, so you're going to open up wider. We're going to come down into a squat, but first we'll get there. So palms are rotated inwards toward the thighs, okay? Push into that outer little pinky toe so you're not rolling in on the knees, okay? We're gonna bend, bring the arms into this bent kind of goalpost position, right? But elbows are front. You're gonna press up, press the arms back. Inhale, exhale. Don't let those elbows come up higher than your shoulders. So we're starting to kind of warm up the quads, the legs. So you might hate me after this class, I don't know. Not gonna make it terribly difficult, hopefully, but we will feel it. All right, 2. And last one, hold here. Ready? You're gonna open the elbows. Don't let the ribs open up, okay? Close them. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So palms come inward as you close those elbows. As you open, palms face forward. You're sliding the elbows across a flat surface or parallel with the floor. Let's go for 3. Keep your belly as tight as you can and the ribs pulling in. And last one. And hold them open. Ready? I like to open up my fingers. I want to feel the weight in my hand. I'm going to pulse up tiny. So let the weight kind of feel that push against the weight, the opposition. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring them in front. Pulse them up from here. 10, 9, 8. Pull those shoulders down. Bend into your knees. 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten up. Good job. Okay. Roll out your shoulders again. All right, we're going to do some balance. Okay, fine. Oh, get away. No, keep your weights. Keep them. All right, so I want you to start with kind of like what we call the march. Okay, so we're going to bring our arms just kind of out in front, lower than usual, maybe in line with our hip kind of bones right there. And you're going to bring a knee up and set it down. Inhale, set it down. Bring it up. So I want you to find stability in the pelvis. Okay, so we're not trying to shift side to side. We're trying to stay centered and just move. And we're going to end up holding this knee lift in a second. Okay, 2 and 1. Hold it here. Ready? So find that position with the leg that's kind of like a chair, right? So my knee is almost in line with my hip. I'm going to soften my standing. Okay, just like that. I'm going to bring my arms down beside me. Ooh, sorry, guys. And belly is tight. Okay, so you have to find a spot to kind of balance yourself. But one of the issues with balance is you got to really tighten up the core. You got to find all your toes. I'm stalling you guys. If you didn't know. Hold it. Take one more big inhale. And exhale, set that foot down. Okay, if you need to take like a check-in because you're losing your balance, just try to tap a toe maybe, okay? So let's go to the other side, arms are long. Bring that leg up into a chair position. So just like you were sitting in a chair, soften the knee, lengthen your spine, tighten that belly, and hold it here. Good, good. And by the way, standing on the mat is way harder. Floor is better. You might feel those stability muscles around the ankles and outside of the calves working. Hang on. Belly is tight, shoulders are down. Take your big inhale and set that foot down. We're going right to the other side. Okay, so find that balance. Hold it here. Okay, soften that knee, standing knee. Try to keep that knee in line with the hip. You need to set it down, try the toe. Okay, ready? We're going to take the arms out to the side into a big T. Okay, so I'm going to rotate my palms forward. I'm going to keep my belly tight. Keep my hips still as I rotate away from that knee. Okay, really hard. Come back to center. We're going the other way. Toward the knee. And come back center. Hold it, hold it. Set that foot down. Ready? Good. Hard. All right. Other side. You should feel work, by the way. Okay, it's not just all about balance. Open up those arms. Palms rotate forward. Find your stability. Lengthen your spine. Pull your belly in. Rotate away. Try to keep those arms reaching away from each other. Come back to center. Rotate opposite. Keep your belly tight. Come back to center. Set that foot down. Everyone okay? Yes. All right. Here we go. Some more. Starting leg. Go back to that leg. Ooh, my hip just cracked. All right. Feels good. Soften standing leg. Grow taller in your spine. Pull your belly in. Okay, arms are going to come out to the side, palms down. Keep the arms where they are. Open the knee. Bring it back to center. Inhale, open. Exhale, center. Let's go for 2. Exhale, tap the toe if you need to. Last one. Set that foot down. Let the arms rest. Hard. You guys okay? Okay. Bring the other knee up to tabletop. Tighten the belly. Lengthen your spine. Pull your shoulders out of your ears. Bring the arms up, palms down. You're going to open that knee and close. And inhale. So keep those hips as still as you can. Don't let the pelvis rotate. Just opening in that hip joint. 2. And 1. And set it down. Right, take a break. Good job, you guys. Shake out the legs. All right, can we do one more thing? I'm going to stand kind of sideways and move on. All right, so I'm going back to my starting leg. Keeping my arms long beside me, lengthening my spine. I want you to try to grow taller, crown of the head reaching to the ceiling. We're going to hinge forward. That leg is going to go out behind us. Arms are long beside us, and you're going to stretch out that leg behind you. Make sure the hip is squared with the floor. We're going to bring our arms down to the floor. We're going to open to a T. So hard. So hard. And you're going to bring your arms forward like Superman. Hold it. Hold the belly tight. Reach, reach, reach. And slowly come up. Beautiful. That's work. All right. You're going to stand the other way. So knee up to tabletop. Good eye out. Arms are going to stay long beside you. So reach those knuckles down to the floor. Hinge. Keeping that bent knee. How you get back there. Knee behind you. Stretch it out. Keep your belly tight. Arms are long beside you. Open the arms to a T. Hold it. Keep that belly tight. Square off your hip. Don't let that hip open. And reach the arms forward to that Superman. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And come on up. Beautiful. Good job. Okay. Roll out your shoulders. Good. All right, here we go. Standing on the mat. Knee problems. And everyone has something usually going on. So just be careful. We're going to go into some lunges. Arms are going to stay long beside you. Okay, so I want you to square off your hips, keeping those hip bones pointing forward. Okay. We're going to step forward, bending into both knees. Keep the arms long beside you. Press back. Okay. I want you to inhale, sink down, take that little pause, exhale, press back. Again, on the mat, it will be harder, but it's a little squishier on the knees. Okay, we're going for 2 and 1, and we're going to do sets of 5. So the next time you lunge forward, arms come up. Press back, arms go down. Inhale, belly is tight. Exhale, do not lean forward. Sink that tailbone to the floor. 2 more. Last one. We're doing it again. Arms are pressing back. I tricked everyone. I tricked myself. Okay. Press them back. Pull the shoulders out of the ears. 2 and 1. Belly is tight. We're going to a T this time. T. Press back to the hip. Inhale. 2. Hold it on this last one. Right here. Ready? Front leg, front heel. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. 3, 2, 1. Press back. Good job. Other side. Take your socks off if you need to. Yeah. Phyllis is walking right out of the socks. Okay, 5 sets. Arms are long beside. Step forward, bend, press back. Inhale. Push off that front foot. You can even push off the heel to connect more with the glute. 2, 1. Arms are going up. Inhale, press. The deeper you sink, the more work. Use your front leg to push off. Last one here. Arms are going back. Step. Bring them back. 4, 3. You should bring your cardio up. 2. And 1. We're going to the T. Okay. Take a break if you need to. And here here's 3. Belly is tight. Sink deep if you can. And last one, hold it. Bring the arms up, right? That's right, heel lifts. Hold the belly tight, lift for 5, 4, thanks, 2. Sorry, I missed 3. Last one. I'm pressed back up. Oh, okay, drop your weights, let's stretch. This will be a balance. So if you need to hang on to something, do it, grab, whatever. We're gonna take our right ankle and our right hip. So again, your balance comes into play. So I want you to pull the knee, line it up with the other, pull the heel to the glute, and let that knee press out behind you as you draw the heel to that glute. And breathe. And set that foot down. We'll go to the other side. So stabilize on your standing leg, keep your belly tight, line up those knees, and then draw that knee back behind you. Really feel that hip quad opening. Ah, that's a lot. Okay, set the foot down. Yay. We're gonna roll ourselves down. We're gonna use our weights. Okay, and we're gonna eventually land on the mat. All right, finally. All right, so standing position, comfortable in your standing position. Find all the toes, find the heel. So I want you to think of your foot kind of like a tripod, big toe, pinky toe, heel. Okay, lift from the arches. Take a big inhale, chin drop. Start to roll down your warm. Pull your belly in. You should be okay. If you need to bend your knees more, do that. Tap the floor. Tuck that chin, look up to the belly, suck it up. And roll like you're stacking one vertebrae on top of the other as you start to come up and the shoulders come down. So 2 more like that. Keep stalling so we can catch our breath. Belly's tight. And look up to that belly. Exhale, roll it up. Hips are trying to stay right over the ankles, so we're not sending our tailbone out behind us to stabilize. We're using our hamstring. As we roll down, you'll feel them kick in kind of halfway down. And then tuck the chin, roll it up, suck the belly in, pull the ribs back. We'll come on up, we'll go down to the mat. We'll leave our weights beside our feet as we walk into a plank. So chin to chest. Roll it down, suck that belly in. Weights are going to come down beside, outside of the feet, hands to the mat. Walk yourself out, trying to keep your legs as straight as you can. We'll come into that plank. So, always thinking about the plank as the belly kind of warm up. It's really the full body warm up, right? But I want you to feel your upper back, okay? So feel like you're widening your shoulders. You're pressing away, using your hands to push away from that floor. You're not locking out your elbows, right? Fingers are like starfishes. If you want to drop the pelvis more and challenge yourself, do that, but don't arch the back, don't slump down. Okay? Just a nice long flat spine. Press up into a pike. Press those heels to the floor. Really reach the tailbone up to the ceiling as you push into the floor and shift back into your pike. Okay, get yourself all organized from the crown of the head down to the toes. Belly is tight, neck is long. You're looking over the edge of your fingertips or your mat. We're going to press up into that pike. Send those heels down to the floor. We're going to lift our left leg up while we're in this pike. Don't let that left hip roll open, okay? We're going to bring the knee in as we shift back into a plank, but we're not curling the spine. We're just bringing the knee in toward the chest. And we're piking, sending that leg straight up to the ceiling. Push that standing heel to the mat. Get that big stretch. And bend the knee, pull it in, shift into your plank. We'll go one more like that. And press up. Extend, but don't let that hip open. Come into your plank, leg is lifted, set that foot down. Press up into a pike. Lift the other leg. Use the glute, try not to arch the back. Bend the knee, shift into your plank. Pull the knee in toward the chest. Use your belly. And then send it up. And then pull it in, shift into your plank. And last one. Keep that leg lifted as you shift into your plank. Step the foot down, drop the knees, open up the knees, and sit back to your chest. Oh. Okay, you warm? There's your warm up. Okay. All right, so come up to a seated position and make sure you have your weight handy. Okay. So I'm going to get into just a little stretch to start, and then we'll move into some more. So keep your hands or your weights next to you, maybe beside you at your hips. Let's bring our knees in close to our body, and then hands are going to come on top of the knees to start. Okay, so I want you to sit up tall. Hands are wrapped around the front of the knees. Your spine is long, your shoulders are down, you're pulling your belly up. You're going to tuck, round, and curl. So I want that movement to initiate with the breath and pulling your navel to your spine. Lengthen, lengthen. Slowly let the head come up. Tuck the chin, curl. Really pull that belly deep. I want you to open up that low, low back. And two more. And lengthen. And exhale. Belly pulls. And lengthen. Good. Grab your weights. Walk your feet out a little bit farther away from your body. Open up the feet hip distance. And we're going to start with our C curl position. Okay. So I'm going to have you just bring the arms out in front and reach them forward. Set your shoulders down. Make sure you're on the tips of your sitting bones and curl yourself back halfway. Okay, just a halfway. So I like to kind of go where, okay, my ribs just caught, my belly is tight. Maybe you feel like your feet are almost wanting to lift. That's probably where you want to go. You don't want to go further. Curl yourself up, or you might fall backwards. And exhale. Curl. Keep those shoulders pulling down and back. And curl it up. We'll go for 3. Curl, curl, curl. As you start to curl up, reach through those fingers and lengthen that spine. Try to create space between every vertebrae. Think of lengthening and growing longer, taller. And last one, we're going to add on rotate palms inward. I always call this the king palm. So if anyone knows my classes, you'll maybe remember this. You're going to curl yourself back. Knuckles are together, elbows are wide, shoulders are down. Curl yourself up, lengthen the arms forward. So for 4. So maybe you're working down to kind of a lower spot in your curl. Okay. Think of, as I go into my curl, I'm trying to pull my bottom ribs back, and maybe even think of joining my hip bone with my bottom ribs. So I'm really curling deep. Okay, here's your last one. You're going to hold it, curl, pause right here. Okay, get into position. Try to stay out of those hip flexors, so pull your belly tight to bring those wrists or palms together, palms facing inward. You're going to open the arms out, and you're going to close them back to the chest. And inhale. And exhale. So really turn on that belly. Curl that low back. So you're on the back side of your pelvis. Try to stay off that tailbone. Inhale. You know, I thought actually of doing 2 mats for you. Yeah, what do you think? Except for balance. You want to stand on those. 3. And 2. And 1. Curl yourself up and take a break. All right, so we're going to do biceps. All right, so you're going to rotate your palms up. So think of, again, here's my navel. Somebody's got a string attached through, and they're pulling me right there in that middle of my back as I exhale and curl. Palms are rotated up. Sorry, set the shoulders down. Keep that belly sucking in and lifting up. So you're trying to tuck it behind the rib cage on that bicep. So you're going to create resistance. 2 pounds aren't terribly heavy. They can get heavier as you go. But I want you to feel the resistance as you pull in with the bicep and press away with the backside. Okay? We're not death gripping on the weights, right? We're trying to feel the weights heavy in the hands. 5. Belly is tight. 4. 3. And 2. And one, reach the arms long, curl yourself up. Let's extend our legs and forward. So I'm going to sit up nice and tall to start. I'm going to wiggle around and find my sitting bones. Okay, spreading my nose circle. Spread your buns. Okay, sit up tall. Bring the arms forward. Bring them out to the side. Reach through those fingers. Float the arms up. Pull the shoulders down. And hinge forward with a long spine and then curl. And pull your toes back if you feel like you want to get that big stretch. So when I draw my toes toward my shins, I feel a bigger stretch right up the whole back body. And let's rebuild the spine. Draw the hands up the top of the legs. Okay, we're going to bring those arms out to a T. We'll do it again. So sit up tall, shoulders are down. Bring the arms up, pull the shoulders down. Good job. Forward fold. I saw that. I saw that, everyone. Shoulders pull down automatically. As soon as my arms go up, I think, pull my shoulders. And then we go from here. Okay, we're going to take those weights down to the floor. We're going to do a couple roll-ups. So I think everyone remembers that, well, maybe not. When you add weight to your roll-up, it actually makes it easier. So you're going to sit up tall. You're going to go back to that halfway point and just take a little pause right here. Okay, halfway point, whatever that is for you. Now, one bone at a time from there. So that halfway point usually is before you get to that lumbar area. Arms come up. That's where I want you to slow it down. Exhale, arms come up to the ceiling, chin tucks to the chest. Reach through those fingertips and roll, roll, roll. Sucking the belly back as you come up to that big flat back. We're going down. Curl. Shoulders are pulling down. Set those shoulders down and back. Up to the toes as long as you can. Arms come up. And one more time. As the arms start to lower, the chin tucks to the chest. Reach through those fingertips. Suck the belly in and lengthen that spine. We're going to go down and we'll stay down. And yes, my pants slip off when I do a roll down. So as we curl down this time, I want you to lower the hands down to the mat beside you and slide them alongside you as you roll. And pause at your floor. We're not going to lift our chest today from here anyway. So I want you to bend your knees, get yourself nice and comfy on your mat. So find your neutral position. So let's start with that. Okay, a lot of people that have that big arch or sway in their back, I don't want you to do this much, and I don't think any of you guys have this, but I want you to push hands down into the weights. Shoulders are open. I want you to lift the belly, open up the rib cage, arch your back, okay? Arch it. Now pull it down and imprint without letting the tailbone tip up. That's really hard. And then arch. I want you to feel that big movement, and even ribs are popping open. So I want you to just really feel a stretch, okay? Open up, arch, push the tailbone to the floor, and pull the spine down to the mat and relax it, come to your neutral. It's easier to find neutral when you do all of that motion, for me anyways. Okay, so shoulders are set open, chin is a little tucked to the chest, bring one leg to tabletop, float the other one up. We're gonna bicycle. We're gonna do it with both legs, okay? So you can bring your knees together or separate. I want you to pull the knees into the chest. Do not let that tailbone lift. Extend the legs up, lower down, bend the knees, draw the toes toward the glutes, extend. So everything in the spine, the pelvis, the shoulders is staying still, okay? Every time those legs start to lower, pull that belly deeper. You don't want to feel any low back, or you're going to imprint. 2 and 1. And guess what? You got to reverse it. So toes kind of hover over the mat. Extend the legs, float the legs up, bend the knees. Inhale, exhale. Shoulders are open. You can push down into those weights with the hands. That really helps. 3. Nothing is moving in that spine. 2 and 1. And bring the knees into the chest. Pull them in with the hands. Rock side. We have 1. Okay, so anytime we're extending the legs, they go high or low depending on how you feel in your spine. If anything's moving in that spine, don't go so big. Bring your legs to a tabletop. flex the feet, line those knees right up over the hips. You can press the hands down into the weights to open up your shoulders. Extend through the heel and point, bring the knees back to tabletop flex. And just kind of fool around with where the legs are. So if you want them lower for more work, explore that. If you feel your spine moving or shifting or arching or anything like that, don't go so low. Okay, you want to try to maintain that integrity of the spine. Okay. Ribs pull together as you extend those legs. 2. And last one, hold it here with a flex. Draw the legs up. They do not have to come high. If that tailbone lifts, don't go so high. Lower with a point. Flex up, lower down. We're going to exhale. Try to keep those shoulders open. Exhale to draw up and to remind you to tighten the belly. 2. And last one. Bend the knees in. Give yourself a break. Give yourself a little hug. Wrap hands around the knees. Rock side to side. Circle the knees if that feels good. And breathe. And circle other way. If you went one way, switch your direction. And nice and slowly, feet come down to the floor. Extend the legs long. And bring those arms up to the ceiling. We're going to roll up and stay up. So chin to chest. Nice and slow. And you can hold your weights. Bring your weights with you. And hang on here. Let's do a hip flexor stretch, then we're going to get into some work and oblique stuff. So I want you to just come over onto your knees just for a quick stretch. Okay. So legs hanging out there and moving up and down without a chest lift and stress out the hip flexors a little bit. For me, anyway. So step 1 foot forward between the hands. Okay. And then you're just going to get off that back knee. So you're just going to walk that back foot out behind you. You can lift that knee up and then drop that what is that called? Your hip. Drop that hip that's open down to the floor. Try to really keep the hips square so you're not really opened up externally. You're trying to stay square with the mat. Okay. We're going to straighten the front leg, lift the toes. If you feel like you can lift your toes, drop the chest toward the knee. And then bend that front knee, drop that hip down one more time. We'll stretch hamstring. And then straighten front leg. You don't have to lift the toes if it doesn't feel good. So front leg shifted back. Let's come back into that bent knee, bent front knee. Take your hands to the outside. We're just going to step that foot back. Inside. Yes, sorry, inside. And shift, step the foot back. Bring your hands back into kind of like that plank start, and then step the other foot forward. So you're just going to walk your foot to where you feel like you want to stretch yourself out. So be a big step. Now drop that hip down. Try to open up that hip flexor. So right in that little crease where your leg bends, right at that hip joint. Press it down to the floor or drop it down. Maybe pressing really. Okay. Straighten that front leg. Push that back heel to the mat. Really get that stretch in your calf and drop your chest. Lift the toes, front toes if you want. And then bend that front knee. Settle that hip and then start to lower it down. Try to keep your shoulders out of your ears. And then one more straightening in the front leg with the toes lifted and the heel pressing in the back. Back heel pressing. And then we'll bring our hands, bend that front knee, bring our hands inside. Step the foot back. Drop the knees down and we're going to come back to a seated position with our weights. So we're going to start just to warm up our obliques, and then we're going to do some more oblique stuff with weights. Okay, so I'm going to have you bend your knees. And we're going to sit up nice and tall. We'll get into our seat curve position, okay, and then we're going to add rotation. So we're going to start with that little King Kong maneuver where we draw the palms toward the chest as we curl back, right here. Okay. So from here, get into that position, that big curl. I always have to remind myself, really go to the back side of my pelvis, pull my ribs in. I'm going to rotate to the right, keeping my elbows nice and wide. Come back to center. Try to keep, we'll alternate sides. Try to keep the pelvis still. So as I rotate to the right, I really have to pull that left oblique down, almost like I'm pulling it down to the floor, just to keep my hip from shifting. And my belly is as tight as I can make it. So for me, I like to think of my ribs kind of as what turns on my abs too. So if I rotate to the right or left, I pull my right rib down. As I rotate to the right, my left rib cage pulls in. 3, 2, and 1. And throw yourself up. Give yourself a break. Give yourself a little cover. Curl, curl. All right. We got one more set of those, and then we got to add one. Okay. All right. Moving through, hitting all the things. Okay. All right. So we're going to get back into that curl, drawing the palms toward the chest. Get into that deep, deep curl, and your legs can be extended too if it doesn't bother you or whatever. Shoulders are down, elbows are wide. You're going to rotate toward the right, extend that right arm. Now what do you feel? Oh, my left oblique has to work hard. And rotate to center. And I'm going to rotate to the left, extend my left arm, pull my right side down, bring it in, come center. Opposite rotation, open, close the arm, come back to center, rotate, open the left arm, close it. One more set, rotate to the right, extend, come back, rotate to the left, extend the arm, bend, come back, curl yourself up. I hope you feel that. All right, let's do a stretch. All right, so we're getting into a mermaid position, okay? So this is going to be what works for you, okay, and your knees, so, and your hips. Just get into your little pretzel-y formation and extend legs if you want. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect here, but we'll stretch first. So I'm going to take my weights out to the sides of me, and so my left knee is forward, my left hand is on my left weight, or left side, left weight, left knee, left arm, other arm out to the side. So I want you to roll the weight out as we curl up and over. And as you press down into that weight, press that hip down, top hip to the floor, press and come up. So my obliques turn on when I push into the weight. But I want to open up that top rib cage. And I want to try to keep my shoulders right in line over my hips. And then that big curl at the waist, push into that weight. And let's just do one more. You're going to take that one weight. Okay, so you have options here. We're going to use one weight. It's going to go between the hands. So you can stay with the weights in front of your chest if you want that extra challenge and it doesn't bother your shoulders. You can bring these weights up overhead. So the weight adds weight. Sit up tall, pull your shoulders down. You're going to curl over and come up and curl the other way and come up. And just alternating side to side and try to feel what muscles have to kick in to kind of keep those hips staying still. So I feel my glutes when I go this way, and my obliques are drawing me up. And you're exhaling as you come up. This does not have to be big. Okay. Tighten that belly. And we're going over toward the right and hold it here. The weight is going to stay in that right hand. You're reaching through those fingers, pulling the shoulders down, belly is tight. We're going to open that bottom arm, drop it down, and bring it up. We're going to go for 6 more. Open, pull it up. Inhale, belly is tight, and you're in that big curl. And 3, and 2, and 1, and come on up. And lower the arms. Good job. Feel your shoulders tomorrow. All right. So flipping sides, switching up your mermaid. Ooh, that glute that had to stabilize you really had to work. Or it could be my bike ride this morning. Right? Maybe that's it. Okay, arms are along beside you, out to the side. Weights are beside you as well. So my right knee is front forward. My right hand is on the top of the weight. My left hand is out to the side. I'm going to press into the weight up and over with that hand. Reach through those fingers. Pull your shoulder down. Press into the weight and come on. And inhale up and over. Press that top hip down so you get that big sideways stretch. Long, long neck. And maybe you're going a little deeper into that curl. Here's your last one. Push, push, push into the weight. Curl it up. And come on up to center. And you're going to start. So again, you can hold it in front of the chest, or it goes between the palms and it goes overhead. So always curling away from that back, the knee that's beside you out to the side is the hardest direction. And you will not go big. And then come on up, and I feel my spine crack, which is great. Inhale the other way. And exhale. Think of lengthening through the crown of the head and the fingertips as you come up nice and tall. 3. Every time you exhale and come up, pull those ribs together. And here's your last one. Hold it over onto that side. So I'm on my left side now. I'm going to try to adjust and organize. Pull my ribs, pull my belly in, drop that hand down with the weight toward the floor, scoop it up. Inhale, and the weight is just kind of resting. It's just that resistance. Keep your belly tight. Here's 2 and 1. And come on up. Good job. All right, let's stretch out our shoulders. We did a lot of that, right? Okay, so I'm going to have you just sit comfortable and pay attention to which foot landed in front when you cross your legs. And just go slow. And you don't even have to cross your legs. Just sit where you want. We're just stretching. Okay, so I'm going to take my hands. I'm going to sweep them back behind me. I'm going to interlace my fingers. Okay. And then here, what I want you to do is kind of hinge forward a little bit. Keep your belly tight. Roll the shoulders up. Press them back behind you. Straighten the arms. Lift the arms. And just slowly get into this front body stretch. Okay. And then relax the arms. Come up tall. We're going to do that again. Okay, so hinge forward, keep the shoulders pulling down, extend the arms. You can lift them higher if you want, it doesn't matter. Roll the shoulders up, hinge them back behind you. And really, I'm trying to pull my fingers apart so I feel that stretch in the front of my chest. We're going to switch the cross 2 more times. We're going to do that. And maybe you get a little higher with your arms behind you, and maybe you hinge forward even more. Okay, so we're going for that ultimate stretch. So arms straighten, hinging forward, belly is tight. Pull the shoulders back behind you. Lift those arms, straighten them out. Now, if you want the deeper stretch, you go forward. Okay, a little more. Maybe the arms lift, only if it feels good. And come on up nice and tall, relax. We'll go one more like that. So get into your position, hinge forward, shoulders are down, straighten the arms. Pull those fingers apart behind you. Lift the arms up if it feels good, and open the front of the chest even more. We're going to do some bridging, and then we'll finish with the stretch. All right, here we go. Find that place where you know is your place to place your feet when you're bridging. Your place to place your feet, okay? So I want my feet heels in line with my sitting bones. I'm going to curl myself. I'm going to roll myself down, and I'll adjust my feet when I get down to the mat. So, all right. So we're going to work through bridging. We'll do 6. Just regular bridging, so feet are comfortable. If the feet are farther away, you're going to feel more hamstrings, so you can decide. Open up your shoulders. You know what? Let's grab our weights because I want you to open up the arms and let those weights. Sorry, when you left the weights far away. I want you to feel the heaviness of the weights and letting those shoulders open up. Okay. So now we're going to imprint the spine on an exhale, and the tailbone can tip up. Now push down into the feet, start to roll up into your bridge, squeeze the glutes, pull the belly away from the pelvis. That really turns on my obliques, takes it out of my back. I'm pushing down into my heels. I'm checking in to make sure one leg isn't taking the brunt of this work. I want to be even. Exhale, roll it down. Keep reaching through the knees. And the shoulders do funny things as you start to roll down. It is really funny to watch. Head starts to crunch, like neck starts to crunch up. It's fine. Straighten it all out when you get to the mat. Okay, roll it up. Keep that belly pulling in. Keep those glutes squeezing together, and nice and slow roll it down from the top. One moment. And as you work through this, find the little kind of tweaks that work for you. So for me, I push my vertebrae down before I peel them up. I know that sounds good. Keep that pelvis level with the floor. Try to keep it from like shimmying as you roll yourself down. We've got 2 more. And knees are nice and still. Feet are parallel. Don't let those feet open up into that external rotation. And we're going to bring our feet together. So walk your feet together. I like the weights in the hands. It keeps my hands like open for some reason. I'm going to pull my heels in closer toward my buns. Okay, my feet are together. My knees are together. I'm going to squeeze my inner thighs. Take my inhale and peel up into the bridge. So now you'll feel like those knees are over the tip of your toes, maybe. So you're lengthening the front side of the body. Shoulders are nice and open. We're going to lift the heels up and lower them down. So if you can see, I can kind of see from my peripheral vision that my knees are trying to mirror each other. Not one is lifting before the other. My hips are trying to stay level with the floor. Let's go for 3. Push down into those toes and lift those heels. Squeeze the glutes. Last one, hold it here. You're going to lower the pelvis halfway, release the buns. Squeeze it up. Lower down, inhale. Keep that connection between the inner thighs also. So as you're pulsing up, I want you to squeeze those inner thighs together. We got 5. And 4. And it's just that pulse up. So you release halfway down. Here's 2. And 1. Keep it high. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll it down. Oh, all right. Weights are just going to stay beside you. I'm going to pull one knee into my chest. I'm going to extend my other leg. And from here, trying to keep the hips down on the floor so the back side of your pelvis, your back body is staying nice and still. We're going to open up the knee up and just circle it. Okay, so just feel the movement. I'm going to take my left hand to my left hip just to kind of make sure it's not tipping. So you really have to pull your belly in. And then let's reverse for 5. Belly is tight. And last one. Pull that knee into the chest. Take the hands behind the knee or behind the hamstring and stretch or unfold that leg up. Pull it in or draw it in. If you're flexing, you grab your toes. Press that hip, that right hip. So my right leg's extended. I'm pulling my right hip down to the mat, and I'm going to flex my foot, and I'm going to point. And watch your foot. Is it moving in line, like centered from ankle to knee to hip? 2. And last one, bend that knee, extend that leg out, extend it on the floor, draw the other knee in. Oh, and just hang out there. So just get yourself organized, shimmy around, get that pelvis kind of connected to the mat. And then we're going to open that knee out to the side. I'm going to take my hand to my right hip. That really helps. These circles don't have to be big, but I want your arm doing the work. So the leg is just circling and the arm is drawing it around. One more this direction. I'm pulling that right oblique down as I circle my knee out. 2 more, 3 more. Work that arm, get those biceps working. 2, everything's working. And 1. And draw that knee right into the chest. Hands are going behind. You're going to stretch the leg up. This is my terrible leg. And I'm going to draw it in, and I'm going to flex my foot and grab my toes. And then pull that left hip down. Draw the leg a little closer and flex and point. I'm going to reach through my toes, and I'm going to pull my toes to my shin. And just look at your ankle. Is it staying parallel? And 2. And bend the knee. Set that foot down. I'm going to have you guys roll over onto your side. So bend your knees. Heels kind of come into where you would start your bridge. And then I'm going to drop my knees to the right. Okay. And they're stacked. And my shoulders are open, so they're relaxed and open on the mat. And I rotate my palms up on them. For me, that helps. And then my knees are dropping and they're settling. So as you settle those knees, let that spine kind of unwind. Right. Now turn on the belly, pull that oblique in, that top oblique, and draw the knees back. Go the other way. On an inhale and just settle into the stretch. Don't go fast here because as I settle, my knees just go a little farther to the floor and I get a little bigger stretch and I'm trying to relax as I breathe. And now I'm going to pull my belly up, turn on that top oblique, draw my knees back to center, and I'm going to have you guys roll up like a ball. This is terrible for me, but we're going to do it. So you're going to put your hands behind your knees, pull your knees into your chest. We're just going to roll up, not go back down. So I'm going to use the back side of my hands to press into my legs and press my legs into my hands as well. So opposition. Chin tucks to chest, roll yourself up out of that. It's the rolling up and down that really. All right, so let's extend those legs out, do one more big forward fold, and you guys are 15 seconds. In and exhale. Okay, relax, breathe into the stretch. Let your head fall. And as I settle and breathe, I go deeper. And rebuild the spine. Come on up, and you guys are finished. You did it.